The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw is Kelly. And this one is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Play action, it's Kelly. Looking again for Diggs, and this time he's got it. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A play fake. Now Kelly. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He'll field this at the 5. That'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections, and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements.
Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Simpson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Gm1 the one that gets him down. On 2nd and 9, Kelly. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the Texans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of it.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Under pressure now, and they get to Kelly. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Kelly. And that will be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, The open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Here we go. Patch it.
Out of the gun, Watson escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now a first down throw, Kelly. A giant hole up the middle, and brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. The extra point forthcoming. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. These two teams all tied after one. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's letting it fly for Cooks, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing again is Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Going deep for Hopkins.
He's running.
Touchdown, Houston. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes, it's 3rd down, you're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now Kelly. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Kelly. And this is Simpson with a catch. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Kelly to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Simpson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play here for Buffalo. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 2 now, second and goal. And they'll run again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And now third and goal coming up. The loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on fourth and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. They go for it on fourth and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
To throw on second and 10. Watson, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, they had it fourth and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence not worry about the one play that didn't allow him to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Kelly. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st down, it's Kelly. He finds his man, complete. That's Simpson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Kelly to throw. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run this one in. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Kelly. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Bills are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. On 1st down, Watson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. And Watson has enough for the first down yardage as he slides to the turf. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Right after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On first down, it's Simpson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Simpson. And down he'll go at the 25.
64 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They'll run on first down. Simpson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. From the gun, Kelly. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this one complete to Simpson. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play here for Buffalo.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Another try after the first down sack. Kelly, he finds his man, complete. That's Simpson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Now Kelly. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Kelly. Being chased out left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Off play action. Kelly sliding out of it. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Stephon Diggs, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Foster running left. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll go again with Foster. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Watson off play action. He finds his man complete. It's Gonzalez.
And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. A give left side, Foster. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Watson. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll try and run for it with Foster. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be set. Down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Bills' 40-yard
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second and 10.
Let's go. We got this. Ready, five, Mike. 125. Come on, let's go.
Watson. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Now Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it. And now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over.
And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Kelly. He finds his man, complete. It's Simpson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
Toward the pylon, caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
So the false start will back them up 5. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Now the try here for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Now Watson. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. This from Tom Dempsey range here. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Kelly.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd and 10, Kelly. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They keep it in the hands of Foster. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain here is really kind of gravy. And this just becomes what my own coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want. The right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Now the Bills will take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this is not going to be anywhere close. No good. Way wide to the left. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A play fake, now Kelly. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st and 10, Kelly. And this is Simpson with a catch. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Whitney merciless, able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Kelly to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And we will play on here in overtime. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive and just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
This one took us deep into the night, but in the end, after 5 quarters, we're unable to determine a winner.
Well, can I say it? I think it's a fair outcome with the kind of game that we had, pretty evenly matched. But here's where it gets tough. Because it was a night game, makes it much shorter on the turnaround, doesn't it? Especially for the visiting team.